Should.
Should be.
All right. We have a lot of shit to cover this week. Uh, Hurricane Fiona shit, the Trudeau Poilievre stuff that was popping off in Parliament. We have uh the feds reviewing the cannabis legislation. We have the Queen's funeral, and we also have fucking Twitch drama as well. So that's gonna be fun. There's a lot to
Prepare yourself
cover.
a couple of snacks. It's gonna be a while.
I have stuff to eat. Don't you worry. Um, yeah, uh, there's just a lot of stuff to go over. I guess we'll start off with Hurricane Fiona then. So,
That we shall.
Hurricane Fiona is like one of the most unprecedented storms we've seen in a long, long time. It's tearing apart the fucking Atlantic provinces, especially like Newfoundland,
Yeah.
um, as well as like the eastern side of the U.S., mostly like Florida, as well as like countries you don't hear about as often, like how they fucking cope with shit, like Puerto Rico. Like Puerto Rico has been fucking devastated. I don't know if you saw like any of the clips or anything going out popping off in Puerto Rico, but like they're like out of power.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen clips about Puerto Rico, but I've seen clips of Hurricane Fiona and the damage that it's caused.
Yeah, Puerto Rico has like no fucking power and it hasn't had power for a long time. It's been
Damn.
just destroying the
Yeah,
area.
shit. Weren't they out of power for like 2 to 3 days now?
I think they're still out of power.
Yeah.
Um anyways, let's start off with
So
it.
a lot of wind, a lot of rain in the last. Well, it began yesterday evening through the night. A lot of damage being done to homes, infrastructure around. Some of dwellings. I know of a dwelling that has lost its roof. We have trees down on homes. We've had bridges. We've had two bridges washed out. We'd have had.
Yeah, that's been happening all over the place. The bridges being washed out has been going all over the place. It's fucking wild, man. Glad I don't have to that because fuck, that would suck.
Yeah, it would. I feel bad for all those people that have, lost power, hopefully not loved ones, but, if to anyone that's been losing anything to Hurricane Fiona, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, it's not been fucking great.
Some homes destroyed as well. There's a lot of power lines down and just significant damage.
What are you hearing from authorities?
Well, we've taken out a local state of emergency in the municipality of Victoria County here.
If if anyone's actually fucking watching this and like has money to donate, fucking donate to help them out.
Yeah, please do.
Uh,
Like any donation, no matter how small, goes a long way.
whether that be like the Red Cross or something, or other charities that will help them help, but yeah, just give them a hand.
That is, if you're capable of doing so.
Yeah, I actually found an article how fucking Hurricane Fiona is ripping through Puerto Rico. We can take a look at as well.
Trying
So
to
start off with
allow
this.
emergency personnel and workers to gain access to areas um, to make sure that the power lines are not energized. There's no danger of electrocution, to make sure roads are safe for travel before people get out on them. Richmond County had an incident where one of their residents were traveling and the road gave out from underneath his vehicle and collapsed into a brook. So we don't want that to happen here, and people's safety is first and foremost important.
Lyle, can you tell me that again? Because I don't want people to miss that. You're saying the storm was so powerful that the road gave in?
The road, yes, from
Yeah,
The
hurricane.
road just broke out from underneath.
Yeah, this hurricane's very fucking strong. As well as like our fucking infrastructure is complete dog shit. So, there's only so much that fucking infrastructure can take.
Yeah, before it just tears apart and falls away.
washouts and stuff. So there was such heavy water, so much damage that road gave way, and that was in our neighboring municipality, Richmond County. We know of one vehicle that has driven into the water into the brook, where the road gave out from underneath him.
Is that person okay?
Hope
As
so.
far as I know, he was rescued. I don't know about injuries.
Okay, great.
Okay. Do you have any sense of injuries in your community or in the neighboring communities?
I've never been informed of any injuries as a result of the storm at this point in time. Like I said, emergency personnel are ready to respond if need be on an emergency basis. We have accessibility issues on some of the roads. We do have some road closures on the Cabot Trail as well. Parks Canada has some roads closed. They've had some rock slides and landslides in certain areas that make inaccessibility hard.
What's your biggest challenge right now?
To be able to get people to ask people to stay home and stay safe until we have the ability to make sure people can get out safely, and just be prepared. We ask people to be prepared for 72 hours. If we need to open shelters in the near future or comfort centers, we certainly will do that if the request comes.
You know, Lyle, my husband worked out in Cape Breton for a couple of years. We loved it out there. But this whole time during the past couple of days, he's been saying, well, people out east are used to this. It's not a big deal. I don't know why we're making such a big deal about this. From your perspective.
Bro, just because, like, even if they are fucking used to this and shit, like,
just because they're used to it, yeah, it's still a big deal. Like this can take people's lives.
It's,
It's already taken people's homes, let alone anything else.
Like, it's already been fucking ripping through, like, bridges and shit. Like, it's not, like, serious. I don't know what is.
So yeah, I'm not sure what this person's husband's, thought process is on the matter, but they need to take a hard look at themselves in the mirror and realize what they just said about the current situation.
Probably, like, one of those fucking know-it-all guys who's like, oh, well...
Actually,
hypothetically speaking.
in this constitutional world, the hurricane did nothing wrong.
They should just move. Move, sweaty.
Yeah, just move away from the hurricane. That's all you had to do.
Is Fiona a big deal? Is this one different?
Yes, Fiona is a really big deal. It's been ripping through the entire fucking eastern coast.
Yeah, and it's been
from like Mexico all the way up to fucking Newfoundland.
That's a long distance to travel.
Like,
what category was this tornado again? Hurricane.
Check.
Man, people's homes, like, I feel bad for anyone, like especially children, right? Because they're just living their lives, and then all of a sudden this strong wind picks up. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it's windy outside, and then all of a sudden your parents are like, yo, we need to go, and you're just a kid. You're not aware of what's going on. It's like, why are we leaving home? And all of a sudden this just strong wind essentially tears your home off of its foundation, and it's like, oh, well, there goes my home. What am I gonna do now?
The CBC is stating that it's a Category 4 hurricane.
Holy.
With a current SOS alert.
Yeah, please evacuate and stay safe.
This one has been different.
Well, it's kind of late for that because they're already facing it.
I mean, they can still evacuate even in the worst possible times, right? Even an attempt is better than nothing.
No, if the general rule of thumb is if you weren't able to Um, evacuate when you could have. Stay put, and make sure you have enough resources to make it for like about a week.
Right. But I mean, what I w- ugh, I don't
Because
know what I was going to say there, but
they're
listen, to those
they're
that did escape and evacuate, great. To those that didn't, I hope they stayed safe.
has caused significant damage. Some of the other storms that we've versed here in Victoria County in the last number of years have been isolated to one area or another, but the whole municipality here has been affected. All of There's been parts of all of Nova Scotia that have been affected. All of Cape Breton Island has been affected, and it's causing some significant damage. And um, we hope that people are going to be safe.
You know, when you're doing emergency management coordinating as you are, what about people who are especially vulnerable? Individuals who might have mobility issues, people who don't have homes, who are living out in tents, senior citizens, all these folks who might be alone and might be injured and don't have the capacity to get to help. How do you go about making sure that these individuals who are vulnerable are safe?
We have our own emergency alerting system here in the municipality, and during yesterday, when we took out our emergency alert about Hurricane Fiona approaching Nova Scotia and us here in Victoria County, we asked for people to check on their neighbors and stuff to make sure, because not everybody has.
the thing is with this that like, all this shit is gonna be happening, right? And on top of that, you're gonna have a bunch of fucking the dumbass climate change deniers being like, no, climate change isn't real. And then, you know, shit like this happens.
Yep.
Like, bro, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's like, how are you not seeing it plain as day?
Like, the fucking hurricanes that have been happening in fucking the East Coast, you know, the fucking waves that have been happening across the world, whether it be in fucking Europe or China, or even like at home too. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's fucking silly.
Well, I mean, what wasn't it last year that there was the Australian bushfires?
I think so. And then
Yeah.
I think it was either last year or the year before. BC was literally on fire.
Yeah, like shit's going crazy. If you don't think climate change is real, well, here's a hard slap in the face with reality.
Bro, you have fucking dumbass hogs who were, you know, dying of fucking COVID, being like COVID isn't real.
Yeah, the people deny it till the day they die.
It's the same shit with the fucking global.
The ability to move around. So senior citizens and maybe handicapped personnel may not have the ability to get out and move around and check on somebody else. So at least we ask that you check on your neighbors, because it could be hours or days before emergency personnel can get to you.
Hours or days? So
Yeah.
folks don't have electricity for a few days. I mean, hopefully they've made the necessary preparations, but if they haven't, what do you advise? What should people do?
Well,
Fucking help your neighbor out and give them like supplies that they need.
Yeah, be a good Samaritan. It's like, hey, you know, it pays to be kind. You know, it's like, hey, I gave my friend food for the day, you know, so that way he can survive to the next day. And then, you know, later down the line, your friend comes back to you and goes, hey, you know the time that you fed me during this hurricane event? Yeah, now that we're facing severe flooding, let's go to my houseboat so that we can live and survive.
in that event, after we ask that there be prepared for 72 hours, but if need be, we could open a comfort center for them to be able to shelter in place for short term, just for short term time.
I take it that's not something you've had to set up so far.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there has been no request as of yet, but we're ready and prepared if the request comes in.
Meantime, a state of emergency has been declared in
Fucking crazy, man. Like, shit. Like, people need fucking help when it comes to.
In Port au Basque, Newfoundland, as Fiona lashes the east coast.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And Puerto Rico, from like the social media videos I saw on like Twitter and shit,
Right.
is like much worse than this.
Yeah, like this doesn't seem all too bad in the grand scheme of the already massive amounts of damage this hurricane's done.
Like it's 10 times worse.
You can see the intensity there as houses, some of them being washed away in surge areas, and strong gusts continue. The RCMP say first responders are dealing with electrical fires and residential flooding, and they're asking all residents to find
To see
somewhere
a
safe
house,
to
like
ride
a
out
fully
this
built
storm.
and constructed house, just ripped from its foundation and floating in the water like that is unreal to me.
You have you have yet to see fucking Puerto Rico has been going through, man.
Well, I mean, we'll get there when we do, yeah? Or is
Yeah,
there no, like, news-related stuff covering that? Pretty sure there would have been.
there are some, yeah. This article just completely fucking destroyed a bunch of the fucking roads and shit, and then had a bunch of the houses like washed away. Because like they haven't recovered from Maria. Like, keep that in mind.
And how long ago was Hurricane Maria? I mean, I doubt you know off the top of your head, but like still, that was
I
years ago.
think it was like it was either 2017 or 2019. But bro, you also have places in the US, like I think in New Hampshire, that are still recovering from Katrina. That was two
Yeah.
decades ago. I don't know what to tell you, because like they're fucking poorer communities, so who gives a shit about them, right?
You know, everyone should, but apparently no one does.
It's fucking to me.
Yeah,
NTV's
it's,
Don Bradshaw joining me now from Port au Basque. Don, my goodness.
It looks like he's gonna be blown away.
I just want to let you talk there. It is unbelievable where you are right now.
And you're absolutely right. Hurricane Fiona delivered everything that was promised. Winds are blowing here now about 100 kilometers an hour, gusting upwards of 140 kilometers an hour. Apologies, as you can tell, I'm having a little trouble.
you can tell he has to like adjust his balance. The wind is that strong.
We are sheltered here, so that gives you some idea of just how intense this wind is, because we are sheltered a little bit, and I'm still having trouble standing up. You can just imagine
Yeah,
what it
like
will
he's
be
even
like in
making note of it.
exposed areas. As for what's happening here in town today, we have massive devastation. We have major storm surges. The wind is causing some severe destruction around town. We have a two-story apartment complex completely destroyed. Fortunately, the residents of those apartments are all safe. There have been no significant injuries reported in there. We have also had fishing sheds, houses all over this community that are nothing but debris now. It's just rubble. We've been driving around town all day, and street after street, all we see is devastation. We have power lines down. There's no widespread reported power outages at this point, but we have witnessed a number of power lines that are already down. The worst part about this is we're only partway through this storm. This system is expected to continue to blow through this area for the rest of this day before it dissipates overnight. So for people in this community who think that we may be nearing the end, there's still a long way to go before we see the end of this system. One thing that I should say, apologies again for not being able to stand up. One thing I should say, the town council here is asking its residents to please stay home. We have seen a lot of people today who have been out on the streets. They've been driving around, taking photographs. They've been walking around the streets as if it was a normal day. This is a dangerous, dangerous
Bro.
situation.
Some of these
Bro.
people are ballers.
Bro,
Like they've got balls.
Newfoundlanders are fucking wild. Go out in a Category 4 hurricane, be like, this is fine.
Yeah, you know,
Just another
the
day.
house is on fire. They got a cup of coffee. Yeah, what a beautiful day. Nothing like a Category 4 hurricane to go out and walk my dog in. Watch out, Fido! Don't get sucked into the hurricane. Your
Yeah,
leash
it's
isn't strong enough. I'll have to hold you.
it's fucking crazy. Oh man.
Just it would be funny if you just saw a dude in a suit in the background with a briefcase walking to work. Like, oh, just another day.
Yeah, it's Newfoundlanders are wild.
I mean, Newfies are Newfies are tough if they have to live through this.
Considerable
That demands
risk
respect.
to public safety. So the town council here is asking people to stay in their homes, stay sheltered for the foreseeable future until this system passes later tonight.
Yeah, indeed. And Don, you know what? I'm not going to keep you much longer here, but as you were talking there, we saw a couple people walking by, and I was going to say, I mean, people are still out there, and that's sort of one of the biggest concerns there. Don, I'm going to let you and the team get in somewhere safe right now, as we can see those wind gusts are just really powerful. Thank you so much for this. We'll check back in with you later on. That's NTV's Don Bradshaw for us. Thanks again.
Just
Hello,
watch
I'm
that
John
later.
Northcott. You're watching CBC News Network. Fiona is continuing to churn across the East Coast. Right now, more than 500,000 customers are without power. But we begin with an ongoing disaster far greater than lost electricity.
Bro, that's wild.
Yeah. Holy shit. Like, I don't really have any words to describe like what this is or how bad this situation actually is, because you can like on the right underneath the power lines, you can barely see the red roof of a building or whatever that is.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Like partially submerged or fully submerged buildings.
I think his
Port
building.
Basque on Newfoundland's west coast. The community has declared a state of emergency, and there are reports that multiple homes have been dragged out to sea by the storm. Buildings literally torn from the shoreline, others seen teetering on the edge. For the latest, we're joined by CBC meteorologist
That'd be
Ashley
scary as fuck.
who is in Port
Yeah.
Basque. Ashley, thanks for joining us again. What can you tell us about the
Just
current conditions
imagining,
where you are?
you're escaping your house, and then in the back, or
You
you
know,
can
even
see
since last time we
news
talked,
footage
things
of your
have
house
gotten
being torn
significantly
apart by
worse
this
as far
hurricane, or
as those winds
the
go.
water is just
Last time I
tearing it
checked, still
apart.
gusting 120, but I can tell you they are much stronger than that. And we are just about to get into the peak winds, expecting those winds gusting 140 to 160 kilometers per hour for the next several hours as well, up around the corner of the Port Basque area.
Whatever the fucking news reporters are getting paid, it's not enough.
Yeah, it really isn't. And the fact that a lot of news reporters get like harassed or assaulted is a terrible thing. Like these people, sick to like I know they can be seen as annoying and and a little bit intrusive, but they're just trying to do their jobs for the most part. And like they go out in weather like this, like she said, 160 kilometers an hour. Like damn,
Well,
I'm
not
surprised cars haven't gotten picked up and tossed around yet.
it's not just this, it's also things like say fucking tests and shit and like shot up by the police.
Yeah, I know. Like news reporters don't deserve all that hate.
Fucking
I get it, they're annoying, holy shit, but like they don't deserve to get, shot at or beaten or insulted or
they don't get
anything like that.
they don't get paid enough.
They don't.
Gusting higher than that, potentially as high as 180 kilometers per hour as well. We did see high tide peak around about a half an hour ago now. Still seeing high water levels around Port Basque. As you mentioned, multiple homes being swept out to sea. In fact, I was talking to a couple of people earlier, and one of the people here at the hotel just sitting here was saying that, she's lived here all her life and she has never seen devastation like this.
That's another thing. Like, even if you could like relocate a lot of people from areas like this, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna be wanting to go because it's their home, it's where they live, right?
Yes, where they lived, grew up, built a family, or stuff like that. Like, as the reporter was saying, people lived here all their lives, and this is the kind of hell that's been brought upon them. It's like, oh, I've never seen this before in my life, and I've lived here, for however long the person's been alive, say
Probably
60 years, right? So then this year happens to be that one year that, all hell breaks loose and, their house goes shifting off into the ocean. Like,
In view of this, Ashley, what are we hearing from officials in the town?
Well, Port aux Basques has issued a state of emergency. The mayor is saying total devastation, a very dangerous situation, and they've evacuated the east end of the town. A number of people trying to find hotel rooms and places to seek refuge over the next couple of days.
In terms of
hotels be like, "What's that? Your fucking home is gone," and it's declared a state of emergency. Fucking pay me, bitch.
how fucked is that? During the middle of a natural disaster, hotels are making bank.
It's the way that fucking works, my guy.
Hooray for capitalism! Ah.
the town itself, can you describe the community, how big it is, how people are reacting to all of this?
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people have lived here their whole life. They're no stranger to storms. We see strong winds over 100 kilometers per hour a lot during the season. But this is like storms they've never seen before. A storm they've never seen before.
Seeing
Surge
100
they've never
kilometer
seen
winds on the
before.
rig?
And, they were talking about, we've been warning, I guess, over the last couple of days of the potential for the strong winds as well as the surge. And some people did take heed those warnings. For sure, they evacuated last night. But this morning, really starting to see that happen.
Again, in terms of the community itself, you're there, as I understand it, at the CBC. So in terms of, is there any activity at all out on the streets, or are people heeding those warnings to stay and shelter in place effectively?
I mean, earlier today, we were out just to see. We did not go far, but there were so many people out, and I just kept saying, please just go shelter. It's not safe to be out,
Oh,
for sure.
our fucking source got cut off.
Out on the road as well. We're seeing fire trucks fly by as well as RCMP. And,
I honestly
all of
wonder
that.
what some of the newfies that
So
are living
definitely,
there, anyone from around there,
people
they're
should
thinking like, because right at first, if they're experiencing like 100-kilometer-an-hour winds and they think that's normal, right, and then it suddenly kicks up, and it's going double double the speed, and some people still aren't evacuating. They're still going about their days. Like I really wonder what their thought process is, and just how they like. Maybe they're thrill seekers. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
I mean, hey, you know what? You only live once, right? So experience it when you can, or don't. Do what you want with your life.
I'd personally not be at the side of
I
a hurricane.
I would. One main reason. Uh, just because it would, for essentially be a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Bro, it happens like every single year.
Yeah, but listen, for some, it could be once in a lifetime. For others, it's, the regular. It's like the idea of snow to some people.
You, I guess.
I'm just trying to be
Stay home. It doesn't
thought-provoking.
make sense to be out. Just stay as safe as you possibly can. We are in the thick of it now and will be so for the next several hours.
And as you say, with people out on the roads, if they get into trouble, then that can present a real danger for rescue workers and authorities.
Absolutely. There are power lines down. It's very dangerous. I mean,
That's
the
not good.
roads are not that big here, right? If you stop in the middle of the road, there's no way to get around. There's a lot of water on the roads as well in low-lying areas, so even being able to get from one side of town to the next, excuse me, and there's one of the big gusts, but getting from one side of the town to the next is very dangerous, so it's just best to just hunker down and stay in a safe place.
And again, the news they're reporting is that houses, and we can see the visuals right now of structures effectively, if not teetering on the edge, in some cases out into the water. Do we have any more sense of what sort of
Bro,
damage,
that's
how
fucking
many
crazy.
structures
That house
were there?
is just being fucking moved by the water.
It's just like a rubber duck, but a house.
Fucking wild, man.
Or not, there might have been anyone in them. Do we know any of those answers at this point, Ashley?
None of that has been confirmed. I do know that there are multiple reports of houses out to sea already. But it's not safe to go out. So the authorities are out there now and they will confirm multiple reports of houses out to sea.
Absolutely, and as I say, we can see many of them teetering right on the edge there. Ashley, take care of yourself. Thanks for all this great reporting. Really appreciate it. CBC meteorologist Ashley Browire in bigger, stronger, and a potentially historic storm. Parts of Atlantic Canada are...
They say it every year. They say it's always fucking historic. I wonder what fucking next year.
I don't know, but it might be record breaking.
It'll probably be fucking record.
I mean, what was it? For like the past 3 to 4 years, we've been having record breaking heat waves or like heat.
As well as record breaking, or sorry, one in a millennium fucking storms.
Yeah.
That seems to be happening like almost every fucking year now, so.
Something that was once a rare occurrence is happening more and more frequently. Coincidence? Yeah, probably.
No.
That was
now
the
under
joke. I'm pretty
hurricane
sure
warnings as
everyone
Fiona
understood that.
churns closer.
This storm is going to be bigger in size compared to what Juan was, but maybe a little stronger than what we saw even with Dorian.
The latest look at Hurricane Fiona. Video from sail drone capturing the intensity of the storm as it churned off Bermuda. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says the waves peaked at 15 meters high. The winds clocked at 161 kilometers an hour. Hurricane warnings are in effect for Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, parts of Newfoundland, and even Quebec. Environment Canada says Fiona
there's just
will
a wave
transition
like
from
10
a
times the
hurricane
size
to a
of you.
post-tropical storm by the time it reaches Nova Scotian waters tonight. It will still, though, pack a big punch. We've got team coverage on this from where Fiona will strike first and where it'll strike fiercest.
This guy looks like Andrew Scheer's like cousin from New Brunswick.
Yellow coat on, typical raincoat.
Our Brett Ruskin is covering things on the ground in Halifax. Kerry Campbell is in Charlottetown. Let's go first to Brett in Halifax. Brett, how are people preparing where you are?
Well, John, I could try to tell you that it's all blustery and windy already, but you probably wouldn't believe me. This windsock here showing how calm it is. There's rain right now. There's a helicopter landing pad just over there. That's why the windsock is there. But this rain that we're seeing now, this is just a separate storm. This isn't part of the Hurricane Fiona cyclone. However, it is giving people the push, the nudge to go out and get supplies. I was just at a grocery store a couple of moments ago, and staff are busily restocking shelves to make sure that people have...
Bro, how much fucking toilet paper that guy need? He plans on being in there for like a fucking year.
Well, he's still preparing for COVID. He has to buy up all the toilet paper again because it's totally transmitted via your ass and not a respiratory infection.
Oh my.
Extra water, extra food, extra supplies, medication, have clothing and cash on hand, charge your batteries.
Stop by Costco.
Different
Get your hot dogs before the impending doom.
That there would be outages that are coming
Propane.
up as a result of this storm. We heard yesterday at various news conferences and briefings that it wasn't a matter of when, or it wasn't a matter of if there would be outages. It's a matter of when, because this storm is going to pack lots of wind, lots of waves, lots of possibly damaging impacts to infrastructure, and so officials are hoping people stay safe. John.
Let's talk about the latest from forecasters, Brett. What do we know?
Yeah, so they're talking about really a lot of language around this being a historic storm, this being a landmark weather event, this being unprecedented and record breaking. So we are expected to see, as the rain picks up now, we are expected to see wind that could break records. We're expected to see perhaps storm surges and wave heights and low barometric pressure that could break records as well. Here is the Halifax Mayor Mike Savage talking about the preparation and the details of Hurricane Fiona as the storm continues to approach.
The coordination among governments, agencies, and utilities is strong, and it should and it can provide citizens
His last name
with
is
some
Savage?
comfort
Hell yeah.
in the case of a serious threat. But this is a serious threat.
Halifax got the
Everybody
best
has
mayor.
to take it seriously.
Mike Savage.
And while my concern has largely been speaking about the Halifax region, I have a concern for all the residents of Nova Scotia.
And so again, as this storm approaches the port of Halifax, which is just behind me, you'd be able to hear some beeping as well. There's some containers there. This is where ships unload, offload containers. The port has actually said that they want all of the cargo ships untied out either to anchorage in the Bedford Basin or elsewhere at a sheltered area, because if they have these big ships, whether it be cargo ships or cruise ships tied up, it could be dangerous to crews, could be dangerous to people on the ground, could be dangerous to the infrastructure as well, that could cause problems in the aftermath of the storm. So lots of considerations, lots of things that officials are thinking of. While it's still calm now, as you can see by the windsock, wind hasn't picked up yet, but most certainly will. John.
Thanks for this, Brett. The CBC's Brett Ruskin in Halifax. Meanwhile, let's go to Carrie in Charlottetown next. Carrie Campbell, how are people at PEI feeling as they approach and watch the storm?
Well, you know, John, Islanders are used to hunkering down in hurricane season. We go through this most years, but just as you've been hearing this morning, the tone of the warnings has been something different from what we're used to. So on Wednesday, officials told Islanders to be ready for something on the same level as Hurricane Juan, which is kind of the mother of all storms in PEI history. It happened in 2003. People are still talking about Juan. But then yesterday we were told this is going to be bigger than Juan, potentially more destructive, like something that we've never seen before. Here's the latest this morning from Tanya Mullally with the PEI Emergency Measures Organization.
We certainly know that we're going to be experiencing high winds and heavy rains. Storm surge certainly is a major consideration. We are an island, so we're surrounded by coast. The north side of our province is going to be at the most risk, but I would be certainly not surprised to see storm surge and that erosion happening elsewhere around the province.
And so here's the thing, John. PEI is just basically a giant sandbar, and every year the island gets a little bit smaller because of coastal erosion. Storms like this one just accelerate that. There could be places where we lose meters of sand dunes, coastal areas, because of the storm surges that we're expecting. In terms of preparations that are underway right now, I mean, there's not much we can do about that, but there has been an emergency shelter set up here in Charlottetown. This is to deal with this
At least they're prepared.
issue of homelessness on PEI.
Like,
dozens of
PEI,
islanders.
unironically, actually seems more fucking prepared for Fiona than Newfoundland does.
Well, right, because if Hurricane Juan was like the biggest thing and that happened, 03, then yeah, no, it makes sense for them to be prepared. And if they're an island, right, well, they're, surrounded by water, so preparing and having emergency contingency plans and stuff like this is probably par for the course.
I mean,
Like, if you're going to be a coastal, person and living on the coast, you should be preparing for the worst, even though you could be happy and hunky dory one day and then, fucked the next.
all of Labrador, fucking, under the warning, and they haven't taken any fucking precautions from what I've seen so far.
I mean, then that's on them. They were warned.
Like, they knew in advance that this was coming.
It's like, if you value your life, please leave.
Like, it doesn't matter, like, even if people are going to be evacuated and shit. Like, you should still have some place that is sheltered for people who aren't able to make it, or you know, don't really want to leave right away.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
This summer who've been living in tents in various encampments. We've had companies going around dropping off oxygen bottles for people who rely on electrical breathing machines, people with conditions like COPD. We're getting ready for the power to go out, so these oxygen bottles could keep those people going without power for a day or two. Some other preparations that we've seen at construction sites. They've been trying to get materials out of the way, trying to secure buildings that are, only partially constructed because they would be particularly susceptible. We're expecting wind gusts up to, I think the latest I heard is 160 kilometers an hour. That could flatten highway signs and rip the siding off your house. So this is what we're trying to prepare for.
If it's gonna be ripping the siding off your house, how the fuck are they expecting to keep those partially built buildings intact?
I have no idea.
Like,
Listen, there isn't any amount of straps that you can use that'll keep those things in place if it's going 200-kilometer-an-hour winds.
like, I'm sorry, but if your fucking house is peeling, like, if a house is peeling its fucking sidings away, there's no shot that that fucking, like, a halfway built house will be standing after it. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, no. Like, no amount of
Carrie,
straps
your
will keep that thing
analogy there
standing
to
still.
PEI being
Yeah.
a giant sandbar certainly focuses the mind on the jeopardy
Excuse
that
me.
residents could be in. What are the concerns around whether the island could be cut off?
We get cut off, sort of multiple times, usually through the winter every year. So we're used to that. It's okay as long as it doesn't last more than maybe a day, which is what we're expecting. We've already seen ferry cancellations announced for tonight, flight cancellations for tomorrow, and the Confederation Bridge has advised islanders that there could be travel restrictions on our bridge. That's the one link to the mainland,
I think
the fixed
that they
link.
said it'll be
that could be
okay
in
if it's
place
gone within
through to
24
Sunday
hours.
morning.
I mean, they were expecting most of it to happen for like about 7 hours.
Right, but still, like, they said, it'll be okay, as long as it doesn't last more than a day.
That's
I mean, I'm glad that they're optimistic, but
crazy. All of fucking PEI under fucking hurricane warning.
We can handle that one day. Actually, they announced yesterday transit's going to be shut down on Saturday. We don't usually get that warning, see that happening. So the biggest concern is really around power outages, getting that hooked back up as quickly as possible. PEI is a rural province, so it can take a long time to get people hooked back up to power when you're dealing with little pockets of, 5 houses here and 10 houses there and having to hook those back up. So really, the power and the storm surges, those are the biggest concerns right now.
Busy few days ahead for you, Carrie. Thanks so much for this. Carrie Campbell.
Thanks.
In Charlottetown, PEI. And a reminder, you are watching CBC News Network as we have continuing coverage of post-tropical cyclone Fiona throughout Atlantic Canada here on CBC News Network and free on CBC Gem today as well because of the severity of the situation that we are covering. Let's go to Nova Scotia now, and we have reached Peter Gregg in Halifax. He's the president and CEO of Nova Scotia Power. Peter, a very busy man. I really appreciate you taking the time, but we are, as a public service, trying to get the word out to describe the extent of what you're dealing with. Let's talk about how many people there are currently without power.
Yeah, good morning, John, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me today. We've currently got just over 400,000 of our customers without power as a result of hurricane or post-tropical storm Fiona.
So in terms of a lot to unpack here, tremendous number of people. Are we talking about what significant amount of the province is effectively in the dark right now?
It is a significant amount of the province in the dark, or at least without power for the moment. Really, what you're seeing is the impacted area stretched from the western part of the province where there was lighter damage, more damage across the metro Halifax area, and then the more significant wind damage as you move sort of up the eastern shore and then towards Cape Breton, where the wind gusts were the heaviest.
I mean, that was just expected, though.
Yeah.
Like, just looking at, like, even the fucking boarding charts and everything that they were providing for Atlantic Canada, you could just see that, like, from there.
So, as people who are in the dark, and we understand obviously safety of your crews is so important in all of this. What is the recovery situation like for service to customers?
So overnight, we still had some significant wind gusts, but we were able to get crews out safely in the west part of the province and begin the restoration where the wind gusts had come down. I'm pleased to report that the wind gusts have come down in the metro Halifax area as well. So we've got damage assessors out on the streets right now. And our crews should be able to safely get in the air.
It's not even that that tree got uprooted. It's that it took an entire chunk of the earth with it.
Yeah.
Like that's that should be your first red flag of just, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to be staying here.
I think it's more or less of just getting outside and getting to it.
Yeah.
In the very near future. So the weather conditions here, at least in Halifax, are looking favorable for that. But as you go beyond Halifax, we're still seeing some significant wind gusts, especially in through Cape Breton. And so until those wind gusts come down, it'll be difficult. We won't be able to get our crews out there. But we're starting to make some good progress here in Halifax.
And here's the news you can use portion of our interview in terms of residents that may be without power. Authorities, of course, telling people to stay in their homes, to not go out. Let's just underline the importance of avoiding any down power lines. Walk us through the jeopardy people might be putting themselves in.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, John. It's a really, really important message for our customers. There will be multiple power lines down across our service territory. And while people might be tempted to think the power is out because of the outage, we want everybody to assume that any down power line is energized and very, very dangerous. And so we don't want anybody from the public approaching a power line. We don't want them near it. We don't want them touching branches that might be close to it or on it. It's just important to stay away from any down power line.
And of course, that line could be on a vehicle or any number of objects that, as you say, can transmit that power with potentially deadly effects. For those who are waiting in the dark without power, can you just give us a sense of those who may be without power for a while, what your advice and message to them would be?
Please be patient. We knew this storm was coming. And we were able to stage approximately 800 of our staff across our service territory to be able to respond to this storm. Now that we're seeing those wind gusts come down, they're able to get out into action, and we'll be restoring power as quickly and as safely as we can. You'll see a range of durations of outages across the province as a result of the significant damage we've got. And because this still is an active storm in many parts of the province. We need that to subside first. So we'll be as quick as we can, as long as we can do it safely. But there will be, just because of the range and size of this storm, there will be customers who will see multiple days of outages for sure.
Peter,
we recognize that can be difficult for our customers, and so we're trying to get at it as quickly as we can.
Okay, message heard loud and clear. Peter Gregg, I'll let you get back to it. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you.
John Lohr is Nova Scotia's minister responsible for the Office of Emergency Management. He's with us from Halifax. Hi, Minister Lohr. Good to have you on our program this evening.
Well, thank you, Vashi. It's good to be on the program.
Minister, I wanted to start off by asking just what your expectations are. How concerned are you about this hurricane making landfall?
Well, we're extremely concerned about Hurricane Fiona, and it's rapidly heading towards Nova Scotia. We know it'll make landfall on Saturday morning at 3 a.m., and it will have significant impact on our province.
And specifically, what kinds of impacts are you most concerned?
What?
I was making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference.
I completely missed it.
Big Apple, 3 a.m. The hurricane was going to touch down at 3 a.m. Yeah.
I mean, last time the that New York got fucking hit with the hurricane, flooded their subway system, so
So, are you saying that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might not be in New York?
I think they're dead. after the last one.
Well, no, they're mutants, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, last hurricane completely flooded their subway system.
Sad.
But to be fair, though, the fucking American structure is a lot. It's a little bit more shit than ours, but ours is still shit.
Yeah.
Concerned about right now.
Well, there's a variety of impacts. We're very concerned about high winds. We're very concerned about a possible 2-meter storm surge, and some areas having up to 200 millimeters of rainfall in a very short period. And all three of those things will cause significant impact.
And which parts of the province are you most focused on at this moment?
Well, it's still somewhat uncertain exactly where the hurricane will make landfall, but it's becoming less uncertain quickly, if you understand what I mean. So it almost certainly will make landfall in either Cape Breton or the eastern mainland. And both of those areas, particularly Cape Breton, look to be right exactly in the path of this hurricane. So
and it was
from Halifax east almost is the area of extreme concern, but all of the province will be impacted.
And tell me a little bit about what the province is doing, or what you're able to do to start to prepare for that.
Well, we've done a lot of things, and our municipal partners are working very hard too. We've already activated our provincial command center, which brings together all of the agencies that would have a role in working on the emergency measure response to this. And I've been in contact with my federal counterparts, Bill Blair. We've been the Minister of Public Safety. We've been in contact through emergency measures with our military. If necessary, we bring in the military. And we're also looking at all our options. So we're preparing for this the last couple of days. So we've essentially started early preparing for it, but it's hard to prepare for not knowing exactly where it'll hit or what it will do. And we're also getting the message out to our citizens to take preparations for it.
And let me ask you to just expand on that. If there are people in Nova Scotia, which I'm sure there are watching right now, what is your message to them for the next 72 hours?
Well, we want them to do a number of things, to be ready for 72-hour power outage, possibly to have food and water on hand, to look at what they can do to have cell phones charged, to look at what's around their house. So we know that with very high winds, things can become flying missiles, so children's toys or whatever, barbecues, things that are not secure. So secure things around your house. And we're asking them also, when the storm hits, to stay inside, to not go to the ocean, to not go look at the waves, to stay put, and also asking them to keep an eye out for their neighbors too, and actually to just be in touch with each other and look out for each other.
Is there any experience you can think of? And I mean, obviously we don't know the degree to which this will hit and the depths of the impact, but is there any experience the province has gone through that comes to mind when you think about the kinds of preparations that now have to be underway?
We've had some hurricanes. I mean, Nova Scotia will almost every year get a hurricane of some sort, and we've had some very memorable ones. Hurricane Juan was very difficult for us. The military was involved. That was a smaller storm, maybe geographically. Recently, we had one a couple of years ago called Hurricane Dorian, which covered the whole province, was a larger storm. So this is sort of a medium-sized but very intense storm. And it will, like I said, it will bring very high winds and a lot of rainfall. And this is a serious storm.
You mentioned the conversation with your federal counterpart, Minister Bill Blair. When you made the ask, I'm assuming for, if necessary, additional resources, his response?
Oh, absolutely. And kudos to Bill Blair. Their department reached out to us maybe quicker than we reached out to them. So we appreciate that and their offer of support. So, you know, we still have to have the storm. We'll see what happens, but in the aftermath of that storm, whatever help we need from the federal government, I know it will be there. We appreciate that, and so we're hoping that it won't be that much, but we're ready and we'll be prepared to deal with whatever we have to deal with.
And just when you speak about the provincial command center, is that coordinating as well? And you had spoken a bit about this or referred to it with municipalities, because I would imagine they would play a role in a lot of the things you've talked about too.
Absolutely. And our municipalities all have emergency measures plans and emergency measures coordinators, and all of them would be online with the provincial command center and many other, like our fire service providers, police, many different, all of the different potential people who can add to helping the response are various provincial government departments like Department of Transportation and our own EMO part of our government. We're all there at the table.
And just, Minister, before I let you go, are you, obviously we have witnessed the hurricane's destruction already, for example, in Puerto Rico and other places. What specifically over the next 12, 24 hours are you going to be watching for in order to try and assess what the impact could be on Nova Scotia?
Well, we're going to watch, I mean, wherever it makes landfall, we're going to watch what happens. I mean, we're concerned about our transportation network. We're concerned about, for instance, the Canso Causeway is of concern. There's a possibility that it will make landfall right there. So our transportation network and obviously our coastal communities, coastal flooding, and with the severe rainfall, we know there's a possibility of culverts being washed out and things like that. So we'll be watching our road network, and we just want people to be safe.
Okay, Minister Lohr, I'll leave it there. We sure are wishing the best for you.
And speaking of Puerto Rico, found an article about some of the shit that happened in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. That's why you weren't saying much. I mean, I didn't really have anything else to add, so like, be safe out there, especially during hurricanes.
Yeah, no, this is...
That building has completely been toppled.
Yeah, Puerto Rico has not been too great. At the end of Valencia Street in this southeastern coastal town, Carmen Diaz was proud that neighbors were using her washing machine valves to collect fresh water. The valves sprouting like flowers from the ground, which where all that was left of her small house near the edge of the Gunami River, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Gumani. I don't know.
Which overflowed and swallowed her yellow cabin-like home, other houses on the block, her stepfather's vintage Toyota, and 4 of her 8 beloved cats. Oh no!
Oh, okay, this person was a cat lady. But like, no, not the cats.
Not the cats.
The Toyota I couldn't really care about, but
a friend hid her house keys after Bia's evacuated to her mother's home on higher ground, she said, preventing her from returning to fetch the cats during the storm. Pets are usually okay when it comes to like storms and stuff.
Usually.
But like I get that she wanted to bring her cats with her.
Yeah. Animals are, pets are just as much as part of the family as, say, humans.
Yeah. People are coming from different places, said Bia's 50, standing under a sweltering sun. We let them know so they can come and get water. That she could help others provide some comfort. days after Hurricane Fiona hit Puerto Rico as a Category 1 storm on Sunday, dropping record rainfall, unleashing landslides and mudslides, flooding neighborhoods, and leaving most of the island without power or water. Fiona arrived almost exactly 5 years after Hurricane Maria, a Category 4 storm, delivered a blow from which the island was never fully recovered. It has left many Puerto Ricans marveling anew at the kindness of neighbors, revisiting the old, age-old debate about leaving the U.S. territory for the mainland, and questioning their confidence in the island's political leadership. I am debating what to do, said Bios, who has previously lived in New York and Connecticut. I had a home. It wasn't a mansion, but it was my home. Now I have nothing. I am going to get help. So the main thing with Puerto Rico is like it's like essentially American colony status.
All right.
If that makes sense. So the way, I don't know if you are aware of this, but like Hawaii was the same in the same circumstance as Puerto Rico.
Really?
But the way that they do it is like they do it in twos, like statehood. So, you know, with Hawaii, which tends to be more like a Democrat leaning state, they added Alaska, which is a more Republican leaning state. And Puerto Rico is in the same status that that Hawaii was. So they're essentially American, but you know they're fucked because like they get like no fucking federal funding. They get no fucking help or anything. Like as well
Oh,
as
so they're under the American umbrella, but they get no help. I
Mhm.
see.
On top of that, they Puerto Rico also has like a bunch of fucking corruption in its government as well.
I mean, there's corruption everywhere, but
No,
at least
I'm talking serious corruption.
flooding even more widespread than Hurricane Maria. Fiona made landfall in southwestern Puerto Rico last Sunday afternoon. It was the first hurricane to touch down here since September 20th, 2017, when Maria left thousands dead and triggered a blackout that lasted months for many of the island's more than 3 million residents. Puerto Rico's government is, after initially saying only 64 people died as a result of Maria, later placed the death toll at nearly 3,000, making it one of the deadliest hurricanes in U.S. history. At least 2 deaths have so far been attributed to Fiona. Hurricane Fiona pelted all of Puerto Rico with heavy rain, more than 30 inches in some areas in the south and the central mountain region, and caused flooding that was more widespread than the historic 2017 storm. Parts of the island had more rain during Maria, which devastated Puerto Rico with winds topping 160 miles per hour. The day after Fiona made landfall, there were more than 2,000 people staying in shelters across the island. According to government,
Governor.
Governor, not government, Governor Pedro Perlisuli, I'm assuming. I apologize if I said that wrong. Many have since returned home or temporarily staying with relatives. At least 1,000 Puerto Ricans were rescued by emergency crews, the National Guard reported. Fiona's unrelenting rain and widespread flash flooding that turned streets into muddy streams, washed away bridges, and tore open roads that had been repaired after Maria. It overflowed rivers and streams and caused pumps to fail after the power went out, leaving thousands of homes without water and functioning sewer systems. On Saturday, 847,447 customers, about 53% of all households and businesses of the island's power company, Luma Energy, still had no power. Some 1,062,192 customers, or 80% of all users, now have running water. There were still 265,548 customers, or about 20% of all households and businesses of the Puerto Rico Aqueducts and Sewer Authority without water on Sunday. According to the government's emergency postal system website,
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy, eh?
yeah, power lines are seen in the dusk of Guam. Fiona knocked the power across the island, leaving half of its homes and businesses without lights 5 days after the storm. Almost an entire week of no power.
I mean, yeah, but do also keep in mind that Hurricane Maria left a vast majority of Puerto Ricans without any power. And like the thing is that like a lot of fucking libertarians love fucking libertarians and like ANCAPs love Puerto Rico because there's no state tax there.
Right.
So, you know, they knew that they were fucking Fiona was coming, right? So they like got out of there like ASAP and moved to their fucking penthouse in like Texas or some shit. So yeah, it's
Yeah, but like that image there, right, where there's just those vehicles on the road and those power lines, that's kind of like an apocalyptic scene, like in all honesty. Like I'm surprised that there hasn't been like an apocalyptic movie where there's flash flooding. Like, yeah, humanity may be like quote unquote still alive, but that is very scary to a lot of people. Like seeing, power lines still hooked up, still energized, just completely dangerous. Yeah, no, that looks like the apocalypse.
yeah,
To
like
some people, that would be classified as that.
but yeah, like a lot of people are fucking uh not doing too well. It's like a lot of people in fucking Puerto Rico, like they were already hurt, like fucking hurting really badly, and Hurricane Fiona only made things worse.
Yeah, this is just salt on the wound at this point.
So, um, I kind of want to touch on other stuff. Get to what's this?
It is an issue on everyone's mind across Europe and right up to the front line.
Canada's energy dilemma.
I want to watch the. I want to watch the fucking Trudeau, Poilievre shit. So start with this.
Ottawa and fine-tuning their political attacks. The NDP's today aims squarely at new Tory leader Pierre Poilievre. Take a look.
Who's the real Millhouse? Yeah, he's not for us. Hashtag not my Millhouse.
And Jagmeet Singh is the leader of the New Democrats. He's with us here in studio.
Let's go, Jagmeet.
Good to have you back in studio. Nice to see you.
Great to be back in studio, especially.
I appreciate you making the time. I want to start off on the ad that our viewers will have just watched that you and your party put out today about the new leader of the Conservative Party. Is it essentially an admission that you're worried Pierre Poilievre has a message that will resonate with people who would normally vote for you?
We're not worried, but we certainly want to talk about his record. We want Canadians to have an informed position when it comes to each of the parties that they can choose when they vote.
Yeah, so we had already discussed like multiple times on this broadcast of how fucking dog shit Pierre Poilievre is. Like,
yep.
Let's be real, he's a fucking right-wing nationalist. Fucking watching the losers that participated in the convoy, like openly supporting them, which is very drastically unpopular amongst Canadian citizens.
And vastly hated by like everyone.
Yeah, you know, he's he's just fucking awful. Like every real regard, and like whenever like he has brought up like he has like no fucking plan either for if he gets into office. Like he says shit, but it doesn't have any substance. It's just he's more or less too concerned about calling journalists liberal hustlers than actually fucking talking about shit. But he's a conservative. He's essentially allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants.
Libler. Man, English is hard.
It's very important for folks who know where Pierre Poilievre has stood on really important matters that impact workers, whether it's minimum wage, whether it's making the CEOs pay what they owe, or whether it's really standing up for people. He's shown again and again that he's not been on their side.
I don't remember if we watched it on broadcast or not, but I watched an ad where, you know, it was like for Pierre Poilievre, like during the whole leadership's race.
Right, an ad campaign.
And his solution for capitalism was more capitalism.
Hey, yo, I know how to fix our money situation. Just throw more money at it. It'll fix itself out, I promise.
Well, no,
It's like pouring gasoline onto a fire. It's like, bro, you're just adding fuel, you idiot. You're not actually trying to snuff it out.
He's not the fucking brightest to say things nicely.
He's not the brightest tool in the shed.
But on the idea of whether or not you're worried, if you weren't worried, why would you put out an ad?
I think it's important for people to know what choices they can make. And new leader, people need to be able to determine.
I mean, the only way that Pierre Poilievre could actually get into office is if you have all the fucking conservatives, which conservatives are even split on him, and the psychotic PPC voters, like if they all vote for him, and then like there's fucking butting heads between fucking NDP and liberal voters. But let's be real, that's not going to happen. Justin Trudeau's going to win another term. Let's be real.
Yep.
Because there is no shot that Pierre Poilievre wins.
Listen, if Milhouse somehow manages to brainwash all the people to gather their collective 2 brain cells and put it all to voting for him, then maybe. But even then, there's a slim chance.
Well, like I said, the only way he would win is if there was a split between voting for the NDP and the Liberals. But that's not going to happen. O'Toole had a better chance of getting elected than the fucking clown that they're running now. Like, it's like O'Toole seemed likable at the very least, but the main issue is that there's not going to be a fucking split between the NDP and Liberal. Most likely what will happen is NDP voters will be like, hey, this fucking Milhouse looking ass character fucking is nuts and a psychopath. We're just gonna do the exact same thing that we did last time and tactically vote against him so he doesn't fucking win. Like that's what's most likely gonna happen.
The odds favor that outcome.
It happened to a certain point with Scheer, it happened with O'Toole, and it's gonna happen to Poilievre. I have a feeling it'll probably be another fucking liberal minority government. Because people see how fucking psychotic the conservatives are getting to be. And they're like, yeah, no, I don't like fucking Trudeau, but he's still way fucking better than this psychopath.
Yep.
So that's what's most likely gonna happen. Like, it's been happening for. It happened the last 3 elections. Yeah, it happened the last 3 elections, and it's gonna happen again.
And to think that, Pierre Poilievre wouldn't have been smart to look at the past and go, okay, well, here's what went wrong. I'm going to do that again and fuck it up royally. Somehow even worse this time.
Yeah, it's...
You think he would have learned from his past constituents, but no, he just, he did learn, but he learned backwards. I'm not sure how that's even possible.
If he does, if Poilievre does somehow manage to get the fucking prime minister, I think it'd be fucking hilarious if he did so with if he had fucking Derek Sloan in his caucus. That would be the funniest shit ever. Because even conservatives think Derek Sloan is a psychopath, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, it's just
where they're going to be putting their vote eventually and who they can count on. And I think it's important for us to make sure we call out some of the hypocrisy. He said things like, people shouldn't get the dental care program. Well, he's had dental care paid for by the public since he was in his mid-20s. He is against people getting more money in their pockets, even though that is something that's going to actually make it easier for people to get groceries. So we want to call out the hypocrisy.
So, fun fact about Pierre Poilievre, he actually owns a fuck ton of landlord companies and housing units.
Yeah. And
he has
that is just a big bad.
He's no, like out of like all the liberal NDP and conservative leaderships or conservative in caucus right now, he has one of the highest amounts of fucking houses or vacant homes or just homes owned in general. He owns an entire fucking business for housing, as well as he co-owns like another 2 or 3 on top of that.
Yeah.
That's not even including plots either that are just sitting vacant.
Right.
So,
like,
yeah, I'm sorry, but like the people that, like, don't get me wrong, Trudeau has some fucking stakes in real estate and shit.
Right.
Which I think, no, people who fucking own real estate should not be the ones setting the fucking laws and rules for should not be setting the laws and rules for fucking housing and who gets it and who doesn't.
Right.
So
because the way it sounds, right, is just this one asshole who's like, I have land. You should like rent it from me and give me your money so that way I don't have to work for anything.
Out of
like, no, you asshead. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna live in this house, and you work, and you get a job, and you take care of your own shit. I'm not gonna pay you so you can sit on your ass and make money from my hard work.
Out of all the leaders that are in caucus right now, Jagmeet Singh is the only one that doesn't have any stakes in the fucking housing market.
Well, I mean, that's cool.
Some NDP some NDP in caucus do have some stakes in real estate, but it's like, I don't know, like 3 fucking people or something like that. It's not a lot. The conservatives have unsurprisingly a fuck ton, and the liberals also have a fuck ton too.
Yeah.
So
just on that, and I'm certainly not here to defend him, but when you say he's against dental care, I mean, he's against the way in which it's being introduced under this government in agreement with your party.
Wait, what?
I don't think I've heard.
No, he's completely against fucking dental care. He literally wants to fucking turn poor people into biomatter.
Yeah. Like,
I hate I hate this both sides bullshit. Like, I hate it so much.
like you can't even play devil's advocate for, Millhouse, because like that no, he's just against it. There's no two sides to that story. He's against dental care.
He literally wants to fucking privatize healthcare.
It's like, hey, this thing that's been free for the country for the past who knows how long? Yeah, we're gonna make it so only the rich have access to it, so that all the poor people can essentially die.
Yeah, he's a fucking psycho.
Heard him say nobody should have dental care out there. You shouldn't get help with fixing your teeth if you don't have the ability.
I mean,
to
you
do so.
Well, fundamentally,
you need to read between the lines, though. Like, that's the thing. You need to read between the lines.
Right.
He's essentially saying, no, if you're fucking poor, you don't deserve dental care.
Even though that's
mentally,
not
if we
how
have a
that
plan
should
that's
work.
going to give
Yeah.
people who don't have coverage, and he's voting against it, he's sending a message that he's opposed to people getting that care. I think that's wrong.
But it's, I mean, he's just because somebody doesn't agree with the way in which it's happening doesn't necessarily mean writ large he's against all working people.
Well, if he was pro people getting dental care, he would vote along with it. It depends.
Exactly.
It depends. Granted, it depends on, the legislation that is being passed, for sure.
Right.
But no, like, I think that the proposal that the Liberal NDP government has come up with is suitable to a certain extent.
Yep. There's always a catch.
But, it's just silly. Like, you can't play fucking devil's advocate for, like, a neo-Nazi. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
People, he's against all help for people who need help when it comes to dental care or their health care. It's just not maybe in accordance with the way you see it.
Well, I don't know how else you can interpret it if someone we're going to make sure 9 million people get dental care, and he's going to vote against that. I don't know what else people will take away from that, rather than he's been able to enjoy free dental care paid for the public since his mid-20s, and now we're saying, well, shouldn't every Canadian get that who doesn't have coverage?
Yes.
And he's saying no to that, and I think that's wrong.
He made a point
Everyone
in his
should get
leadership
coverage.
campaign, and I think that's what you're hitting on in this video.
His leadership campaign was dog shit. It was one of the fucking worst leadership campaigns I've ever seen. It was just fucking awful. And anyone who says that, no, it was a good leadership video campaign, or it was just, no, you're fucking crazy. It was just awful. Because if I remember correctly, we watched some of his fucking his ads for the leadership on broadcast, and they were just dog shit, and we laughed at it.
The only great thing about them was the amount of laughs that we got from them.
Pretty much. He's a fucking joke.
Of very much talking to people who feel as though the government is not helping them when it comes to issues around housing, the cost of living. I think that's why I'm asking whether you're worried, because generally, if I think throughout the pandemic, you were the party.
Like, the only aspects of cost of living that have fucking risen has been the housing market and fucking groceries, which have the grocery shit has nothing to do with NDP or the Liberals. That's solely based on the fucking companies, whether it be Loblaws, Superstore, Walmart, because they want to increase their profit margins just slightly more.
Yep.
Or like the housing market, Canada has always had a fucking awful housing market. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Listen, I have not heard from anyone, no matter if they were my close friends or if they were just people I met on the street. I've never once heard anyone said, "Oh man, it's pretty damn easy to get a house, especially for first-time home buyers." No, I've never once heard that.
Like, the only way that the housing market, provided it doesn't collapse next year, in June, when economists are expecting the housing market to collapse, the only reason it won't fucking collapse is if it's nationalized. And we do housing first, like Sweden does.
Exactly. Give people home first, then all the amenities to get themselves back on their feet, and then reimburse them back into society.
Like, this is pissing me off, and like, we're not even fucking 5 minutes in, Jesus.
I know.
And you were the leader bringing up those issues most consistently, and certainly pushing the government to move.
Do you want to know why he's bringing up those fucking issues consistently and attacking them? It's because Pierre Poilievre is afraid of Jagmeet Singh. That's the sole reason why.
And that wasn't even hard to see from the beginning.
It's because Canadians recognize that the NDP give just even a little bit of a shit of the Canadian people, and he's fucking terrified of that. Because if the NDP ever come into power, which I would be surprised if they did, you know, they would make the fucking lives of the Canadian Commonwealth so much fucking better. Like,
you know that meme where it's just like the future if like say Elon Musk like run the world and it's like perfect future, pristine. Yeah, no, the future if Jagmeet Singh or the NDP were in power, 2023.
bro,
Just,
I would
flying cars and shit.
I would rather commit unalive if fucking Elon Musk like ran the fucking planet than live in a fucking planet with Elon Musk as like supreme leader in a video game, of course.
Yeah.
Like I would want to kill my character in Minecraft, man. Like fucking Elon Musk is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I know, but listen, I was just bringing up the meme.
Could have picked someone way better than that, my guy.
It was the first man that came to mind. He sent a car to space. What more do you need?
Are we really seeing that as an achievement? It's just more.
It's an achievement in idiocy.
It's just more space junk. That's all it is. Oh man.
On a variety of things, like I remember during the pandemic often, right? When it comes to sick days and things like that. So again, I guess I understand why you would dismiss the idea of me asking about whether you're worried, but I think that is a very live conversation because he has made such an effort to go after the same issues, not in the same way, but to really zero in on those issues. And we have seen at the provincial level, for example, Doug Ford mowing some of the NDP's lawn in the Ontario election quite successfully.
That's okay, but the thing is, when it comes to fucking Ontario, though, is that Ontario is very fucking strange. The thing is they think that, you know, let's say they vote, like we have a Liberal PM in office.
Right.
Ontarians will unironically vote against the fucking Liberal government because they see the fucking problems that are happening in Ontario and must think that it's fucking Parliament's fault. So they will vote fucking Conservative, and it's vice versa for the fucking Conservatives. Like, if a Conservative fucking leader is in power, Ontarians will vote for a fucking Liberal premier.
So essentially, Ontario is the what was it, the France of Canada?
Ontario
switching sides just to be the winning side.
Ontario is just fucking weird, man.
It is.
That's just how it works.
Listen, I've been to Ontario, and my goodness, it's strange. It felt like a different world.
But that's unironically how that happens. And like, Doug Ford doesn't give a shit about the Ontarians. He'd rather fucking let them die.
The fact that she brought up Doug Ford as the first like example.
Well, she couldn't bring up fucking Jason Kenney because, oh boy, does Jason Kenney fucking sucks.
Listen, that's a whole nother topic, you know.
Or fucking Brad Reddekopp, or fucking Heather Stephenson, because they're all dog shit.
Jesus. They are. Like, there's no saving them.
Like, the only kind of passable fucking conservative premiers that we have are in Atlantic Canada, but they're doing their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just silly. And you don't even bring up the good fucking Ford either. You don't bring up Rob Ford.
That's why I was saying, like, why Doug, not Rob? I just didn't know his name.
I miss him, man. It's fucking
We
great.
all do.
Some unions are concerned. Is this? Do you understand how some Canadians?
Wait, I mean, yeah, of course unions would be concerned about fucking Doug Ford. Like, you know, Doug Ford is very anti-union. So yeah, it makes sense that, you know, the fucking unions are concerned.
Yeah, of course.
Canadians might perceive the release of this video as, you know, an admission of vulnerability there.
I think what we want to do by putting the video forward is to point out, while he is certainly inflaming anger, people are frustrated, and rightly so, when he's flaming that anger, what is he actually proposing in terms of solutions to make it easier for people right now, and what has he done in the past? That informs what he might do in the future. And we can show really clearly right now, one of the proposals that we've put on the table, we've forced the government to do, is to put basically a GST rebate forward, put more money back in people's pockets. He has sided with the big banks who say that's a bad idea. We think that's wrong. We think that people do need a little bit of respect so they can pay their bills. He talks about you know, the anger and frustration of Canadians without any real solutions. And I think it's important to say he's not actually providing solutions. He's actually done things in the past which have hurt workers and families. We are providing real solutions.
True. He's actually right on about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's completely right.
Like,
if you hear them, it's like, oh yeah, we'll tackle these issues, and then they don't explain how, or even if they have a base plan of what they could start with if they did get into power. You know, you don't hear that. It's like, oh, we're gonna solve housing. It's like, okay, how are you gonna do that? And then they just piece out of the conversation like they never existed in the first place.
yeah, like, I've even talked about it on fucking on this broadcast, being like, hey, you know, he's just saying things, but, you know, he doesn't actually have any fucking substance with it, or with what he's saying. Like, he just doesn't give a shit. It's just silly. Like, he's anti-abortion, he's anti-fucking universal health care, he's pro-fucking privatization. Like, doesn't give a shit about, like, you know, fucking the poor people that are dying in the fucking streets.
Yeah, you know, damned Millhouse just be like, you know, I don't really have any idea what to do, so you're all fucked.
I mean, I know a lot of Canadians like to call fucking Poilievre Skippy, but I think Millhouse is a lot funnier because, you know, he actually looks like fucking Millhouse. But I mean, to each their own. If they want to call him Skippy, by all means. I'm not opposed to that. You know, have your fun.
You're also sort of positioning it as siding with corporations over workers. Are you worried at all about demonizing corporations completely, who, yes, I think Canadians do have some concerns about when it comes to huge profits, but there are a lot of corporations that, yes, make a profit, but also employ tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of Canadians right now. Are they...
Bro, what a fucking bootlicker. Come on.
I like how she had to keep increasing the number by like one or two zeros each time.
That was,
you know, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands of thousands,
millions,
billions, the entire world. Listen, he's
like,
just great. Look at that.
That's the most bootlicker response I've ever heard.
She's not even licking the boot. She's got the entire foot in her mouth.
She's fucking shallow chesting the boot. Like, oh my god, like...
Yeah, it's not even deep throating the boot, shallow chesting the damn thing.
It's fucking psychotic. Like, no, you should be siding with the fucking workers. Corporations do not provide fucking jobs. You're always going to need someone to fucking scrub your toilets and stock your shelves. Those, even if fucking corporations get afraid and flee overseas, who fucking cares? Jobs are still going to be there.
Exactly.
You're
CEO leaves, nothing changes. One person from the working group leaves, all hell breaks loose. It's like, where's this one person?
Which is why when COVID was popping off and we had a conversation about, COVID, like, if the fucking CEO died tomorrow, the company could still operate, but if all the fucking workers died, like, the fucking company will go under. Because workers create the value. A CEO or shareholders or whatever the fuck, like the executive board, does not fucking contribute at all to the company's success. It is solely it is solely the workers, and in most instances, the fucking workers are underpaid and are given, like, at best, okay-ish benefits.
Yeah, okay-ish. Like dental and like eye care.
Like God, that fucking response just pissed me off.
See, the only way that a CEO will ever be part of the value of the company is if he's actually on the production floor. If he's the one stocking shelves. Like, I will never see a CEO, freaking Jeff Bezos stocking shelves at Amazon. Just like, I'm just doing my duty. Just doing my job.
The only time when they would do something like that is for PR. Outside of that, not a fucking lick from them.
Yeah, it's like, listen, you don't see their sorry ass coming in. You don't see them, boots on. You don't see them getting shit dropped on their toes or ran over.
Unless it's to, fucking squash unionization efforts or to do PR. That's the only time when they're fucking there.
Yep.
Like, who fucking cares? I don't give a shit about, like, some 75-year-old white man who's fucking extracting the surplus labor value of those who are fucking doing backbreaking labor and putting in, like, fucking, in some cases, like, fucking, like, 60-hour work weeks. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about that guy. God, that fucking response just pissed me off, man.
I love how her eyes are just trying to be the most expressive thing, just to try and get people to believe her. But the only thing I'm believing is how stupid she is.
Oh, that really fucking pissed me off. I hope Singh has a good response to this.
Completely the bad guy is you're painting them.
We really want to focus on corporate greed, because you're right. Companies hire workers in communities, and that's important. But we want to focus on the fact that no other party, the Liberals or the Conservatives, have really pointed at the fact, which other economists have noted, that there is clearly corporate greed contributing to the cost of living going up. We've seen many CEOs making huge profits while their workers don't see any increase in their wages.
True.
CEOs are seeing increases. We see corporate grocery stores, for example, posting some record profits, and the cost of food continues to rise, but it's going beyond the increased costs, which might be attributed to increased transportation costs. But when profits are increasing that high, it's clear that in this moment, corporate greed is driving up the cost of living, and we want to call that out.
But it's difficult to...
That's actually not a bad response. I would have been a little bit... I would have hammered it in a little bit more that the CEOs are not contributing to the fucking workplace. Like, I would have hammered that home a little bit more, but I think that his response that he gave was adequate.
Mm-hmm. Like, I definitely do agree, right? Because if the grocery stores are making like shit tons of profits, it's like, okay, there's something wrong here. Like, if people are complaining about sky high, food prices, and these grocery stores are making bank, you think there's a correlation there. I don't know, correlation doesn't always equal causation, but in this instance, it does.
1 + 1 = 2. That's essentially what it is.
That it is.
quantify that. There's only one economist who's even tried to do so, and there's a lot of other economists who say that that's an inaccurate way to do so. I was reading a piece, for example, from the CEO of the company that oversees Sobeys, who was saying that the exact way in which you describe them isn't accurate, and pointed to the fact that
No, but that is accurate though. Anyone with like half a brain cell can recognize that.
She talked with the CEO of Sobeys, and then it's like, oh no, the food prices aren't going up. We're not making that much money.
We've literally looked at fucking studies and like interviews with fucking economists disproving everything you just said.
Exactly, and with more facts to boot.
Like, what happens when, you know, fucking prices increase at the grocery store, you know, and, you know, people aren't getting increases of their wages. I wonder. Oh yeah, that's right. You know, fucking companies make shit tons of money off of it. Like, oh, this interview is just pissing me off.
It's very anger-inducing.
In that grocery prices went up 10.8% year over year in August, I believe. Their profit was $187.5 million, down $1 million or 0.5% compared to last year. I'm certainly, like, I get it. I think.
Oh no, it dropped fucking 0.5%. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh no, not our profits. That went down by not even a whole percentage.
Despite the fact that, you know, COVID happened. So, of course, things were naturally going to be a little bit lower, despite the fact that they were still making, like, fucking record-breaking profits all throughout COVID. And, you know, they're fucking frontline workers dying because, you know, COVID was a fucking thing that killed them. And they didn't even get paid fucking hazard pay for it.
Nope. Nobody in restaurants got hazard pay. Or not even restaurants. I don't know why I said that.
Most restaurants are fucking closed.
Yeah.
Unless you did.
I may be hungry.
Unless you did something like fucking Postmates or something.
Right. You know, like food delivery stuffs or like, I don't know, contactless
Like
pickup.
Like one thing that a lot of people had started to recognize over COVID is that how little they actually need their fucking bosses.
Yeah. Like when they realized how like good remote work was, or like working from home, it's like, holy shit. I can do all of this stuff without getting constantly yelled at by this stupid 75-year-old fuck.
Like every single person, like every single boss that you've had has fucking lied to you. You know, what's that? You do like a fucking desk job and stuff, and they need you to come in for whatever fucking reason. No, you could just do that at home.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I need you to take care of these papers. It's like, I got that all taken care of like half an hour ago.
You know, fucking CEOs not you know, a lot of people, especially in the fucking anyone who does labor and was quote unquote like fucking necessity to keep society running, you know, they weren't fucking given any hazard pay first of all, but they also recognize that, hey, the fucking CEO is sitting at home in his fucking $3 million condo.
Yeah, he's just chilling, you know, enjoying their life.
You know,
his employees are busting their asses, and you know they barely have a home to go to.
Yeah, like a lot of fucking a lot of Canadians are fucking recognizing that they don't need them, and the CEOs are getting fucking scared of it.
Well, I mean, that's where the term quiet quitting came up from, doing the bare minimum. You know, that's just a smart employee at that point.
Which is why I constantly say a lazier worker is a smarter worker. Because it's inherently true.
It is.
Anyways, let's get back to this fucking interview.
There are a lot of Canadians who are concerned about profit margins, but to generalize that and to say that all these grocery stores are jacking up the prices of food so that life is harder for us, again, are you inaccurately demonizing corporations that essentially employ so many Canadians?
No, he's not. He is 100% right in his accession. like stating otherwise, it's just not like it's very fucking biased towards the one side.
Yeah, like from what I'm hearing about this is, this person for like this news place, right? This newscaster woman. She's like, "Hey, all the people that make money, what about them? What about the rich?" It's like, listen, fuck the rich.
No, remember,
Let's focus on the poor.
remember, they create jobs.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's not like I could ask my neighbor, "Hey, do you want to help me construct something?" And then I'll like make you a good meal and as like a payment. Is that fair? It's like you give me your time and energy as a human, and I will give you a means to replenish that energy so we can continue construction of whatever this project's going to be.
It's just so fucking stupid.
Listen, I could make jobs no matter what. All I have to do is ask people to be like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And if they agree,
Well, we
then
know across
hey,
the
look, I
boards,
made a job.
all Canadian corporations, if you look at it in a cumulative way, are seeing some record profits, much higher profits now than in the past. And if their profits are higher, clearly they've increased prices beyond their increased costs. That's the only way they can make these high profits. There might be some exceptions here or there, but the general trend we're seeing is corporations are, and particularly their CEOs, are making huge profits while people are absolutely having a harder time buying groceries or buying, filling up their cars with gas.
It's not just the fucking CEOs. It's anyone like really high up on the corporate ladder, whether it be fucking shareholders or the executives. Oh, they're all making record-breaking profits and bringing in fuck tons of money.
And we know in the oil and gas sector, there's no question that they're seeing record profits. They're seeing a windfall, and that's why other countries have looked at a windfall tax to say, well, they made these huge profits because of the arbitrary result of the gas prices going up. They haven't improved their production or found ways to make efficiencies. They're just making huge profits because the price of gas has just been arbitrarily increased because of speculation, because of world matters. But because of that, they're seeing these huge increases in profits, and that's hurting people. So we're saying no one else is really targeting this corporate greed as a factor. There's other factors, of course, but if that's a factor, why is no one else willing to call that out?
And what specifically are you hoping to push the Liberals to do? Because in the last budget, they did introduce this kind of one-time extra tax on corporations with these extra big profits. And their response today was essentially, look, we have moved on this issue. We have done things when it comes to corporate taxes. Are you looking for a windfall tax specifically, and how far are you willing to push it? How big of a deal will it be, especially since the greater context is the government is depending on your support to keep them in power?
We certainly believe the windfall tax is a good idea. We raised that a number of times since early spring. We've been putting that forward.
A windfall tax, a fucking higher corporate taxes, a wealth tax, all that shit would be good. Because that's
all the people that have the money need to give it back to the people that don't have that.
Like that.
We don't need to make that more. We don't need to make more.
Like that
we
won't
just need to distribute it better.
That won't affect 99% of Canadians. That will only affect like the 1% of Canadians.
Exactly. It's like all the people that have more than say $500,000 yearly salary, then yeah, they get taxed, say whatever amount.
Not
just
even.
To give everyone. Well, I'm not sure how much the 1% make. I don't
Bro,
care
it's
enough.
way more than that. You're looking at least. You're looking
Listen,
at.
I'm just giving a number. I'm giving an example.
I would say anything over $1 million, or possibly like maybe like 750,000 per year. But for the most part, those that are making like 750,000 per year, they're usually putting in labor, and it's like either very dangerous labor or it's very very demanding labor.
Yep.
But I would even go one step further and say anyone part of the owner class, whether it be landlords, CEOs, etc., I think you should be subjected to that to those fucking taxes.
Yeah. You give the money back into the. You put the money back in the hands of the people that need it instead of the people that already have it.
Well, no, even like a UBI system would be okay. I think UBI. Granted, I think UBI is a band-aid solution, but we have studies from even here in Canada, in Gimli, Manitoba, where they ran a UBI test, and you know what happened? People got better paying jobs. They got they went back to school. They could actually afford to fucking live and all that. So
when the question of do I have enough money to eat today isn't the first thing that comes to their mind when they wake up in the next morning, then yeah,
well,
I would be happy too.
Well, the thing, the thing is that when it comes down to that, they're going to be, when people actually have money and stuff to, like, say, go to school and shit, people are going to do that because they want to better themselves, and then they don't want to take these smaller shitty jobs that pay poverty wages in order, just to maybe scrape by. Like, the only reason why they're fucking there is to be like, hey, you want to fucking work these jobs to the fucking middle class? It's a scare tactic. That's all it is.
Yep.
We actually put that forward before Britain even announced it. We were hoping that Canada could be a leader on this. We know other countries have done it, as indicated, and we think it's the right thing to do. But in general, our goal is, what can we do right now to help a family be able to make ends meet? We know that people are feeling the squeeze, and it's not enough to just talk about it, which other leaders might do, or to ignore it and say that things are worse in another country, which the Liberals did. We want to actually find a way to give people that respect and dignity, that if you work hard, you should be able to put food on the table, you should be able to pay your bills, and that's what we're focused on.
So the red line for you isn't dental care anymore because they've done it, and it's not going to be this corporate.
They haven't actually solved dental care problem. So I was talking to my mom about that. Like, in all definitions of it, she should be getting it, but since she's a homeowner, she doesn't qualify. So no, they haven't solved the dental issue.
If you own a house, you can't get dental care.
You can't get free.
That makes no sense.
You can't get free dental care. The requirements are, you have to be living in like an apartment or something, so essentially can't own a fucking home, and you have to make a certain, your household has to make a certain, is not allowed to make a certain amount in order to qualify.
Oh, okay, so you have to be barely scraping by just to get free dental care.
Pretty much.
So if you can't pay for the bills yourself, then the government will step in.
As well as, like, your insurance can't cover it, or shit like that. I think, just say fuck it, dental care should be free across the board.
Yeah, like that's just one less worry that anyone has to worry about for spending money, or like, that's one less thing people will be thinking about is, do I have enough money to go pay for my dental bills and not food?
And then while you're at it, while you're fucking doing like healthcare shit, why not make contraceptives free? Why not fucking make prescription glasses and drugs free?
Yeah, I wear glasses, funny note. But I mean, listen, being one of the people that has to pay to see, listen, I'm not a fan of, someone just insulting me because I have to pay, to get these lenses that make my eyes not so shit.
I mean, it's not your fault you were born like that.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I should pull myself up by my bootstraps. Get a job. That'll make my sight better.
I mean,
just need to eat more oranges, apparently.
It's carrots.
Oh, right. Oh, that was for scurvy. Damn it. Listen, I'm not meant for the medical hospitals and, like, nutritional facts, okay?
Bro. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Just don't have fucking, just don't, make sure you don't need your fucking glasses. Be like, today I'm gonna see without my fucking glasses. Come on, bro.
You know what?
Just do that for it.
Right.
Just do that, forehead.
You know what? You're right. When my hand's crushed, right, I should just pull myself up by my bootstraps or my glove straps, and then just be like, nope, it's fine. I just willed myself to not have a crushed hand.
Yep. Come on, forehead.
It's like, I mean, Undertale was right all along. It was just determination.
Corporate windfall tax. What is it next for the Liberals?
Well, we have a number of things that are worked into what we force the government to do that's got checkpoints in place. So for next year, we know there's a number of things that we need to see happen. The dental care program has to be a national federal program, federally administered. That's an important checkpoint. We want to make sure that the next steps around pharmacare, that's going to be the next big push for legislation that has to be tabled by the end of next year. So there's a number of really key pieces that we're going to continue to push for. And we know that what we've got the government to do so far, while important, is not enough. There's still concerns around healthcare.
Which is why I say, like, the worst possible outcome, like, during any election, like, out of the best possible outcomes, would be a minority liberal government.
That's the worst.
That's the worst of the best possible outcomes. The best possible outcome, generally speaking, like in realistic terms, would be a majority NDP government.
Yeah.
But I'm perfectly okay with a liberal minority because the NDP is actually able to push legislation through with the liberals.
Yeah, I was actually going to make note of his words, how they forced the government to do stuff. I really like that because it shows that he actually has power.
Yeah.
We forced the government to listen to us. It's like, yeah, no, you need to force their hand sometimes. And that's great.
Because, like, who the fuck is the government or the minority liberal government going to be fucking working with? Certainly not the psychopaths that are in the Conservatives, let's be real. Like, anyone who thinks that is fucking idiotic.
Listen, then they would be just as bad.
There's still concerns around other perhaps measures in place for people that are feeling the squeeze of the cost of living, and we'll keep on looking to other solutions to help people.
Okay, Mr. Singh, I'll leave it there. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much.
All right, let's get into the fucking Poilievre Trudeau debate. I hear that this is supposed to be a lot of fucking fun.
Librarian versus Millhouse.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Candice Bergen looks so fucking sad that she's not in charge anymore. Bro, this is fucking... Oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Thank you. It's good to see the Prime Minister here visiting Canada to fill up the gas in his private jet. But if things are bad on the ground in Canada, if the Financial Post says that in Toronto, students are living in shelters for the homeless, the use of food banks is at record highs in history. It is really the worst time to increase costs for Canadians. Will the Prime Minister cancel the tax increases on gas, heating, food, and paychecks? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to start by congratulating once again the member for Carleton, who is now the Leader of the Official Opposition. And seeing as we are all back in the House of Commons now, I know that we have a lot of work to do this fall together. On this side of the House, we will focus on help for Canadians to create an economy that works for everyone. We will invest in creating more housing to counter the cost of living, to fight climate change, to help the middle class, and to help make communities safer, and to put more money back into the most vulnerable families in Canada. And we hope that all Canadians will work with us. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The Prime Minister has effectively admitted that his carbon tax has not worked, and therefore he needs to triple it.
Wait, what?
He's admitted that the carbon tax doesn't work.
Bro,
When has the librarian said that?
Bro, we've watched so much fucking Trudeau, and I have not, like, especially me, I've watched a fuck ton of Trudeau, mostly because I think he's sexy. But I have not heard I have not heard him say that at all. Like, what the
New Trudeau is just, he's on stage, he's on his hands and knees. I'm sorry, I fucked up. The carbon tax don't work.
Like,
It broke, man.
I don't think the carbon tax goes far enough, but like the carbon tax, like, no, the only people that I actually hear saying that the fucking carbon tax doesn't work is psychotic conservatives.
The only people saying that it didn't work is Milhouse himself.
According to the Liberal Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, the forthcoming hike in the
Okay, but that's not the fucking prime minister, you fucking idiot. Like, oh,
carbon tax
this is gonna be
will
great.
mean that the total cost for a Newfoundland senior living in the countryside on their heating bill will have been 80%. Canadians cannot afford that. But just for clarity, if you are a Newfoundland...
That's more to the fucking companies that are running the fucking gas companies out there.
Yeah, that's not due to any government thing, really. That's the companies that own the heating.
If,
It's like,
if anything, I think that government should fucking attack them more.
yeah, it's like, hey, look, companies that own heating and water stuff, maybe not price it so high. Listen, these seniors,
Well,
what he's using,
it's
these seniors won't be able to pay for heating because these companies are jacking up the prices.
it is very dependent on which fucking province it is, though, because certain provinces do things a little bit differently. So some provinces will have it all be public. Some will have it be just private, and then some will be a mixture.
Right.
Newfoundland senior, how much will your home heating bill rise as a result of the forthcoming hike in the Liberal carbon tax?
The carbon tax doesn't really affect everyday fucking Canadians. It's like, what?
Exactly.
Fucking 50 cents more on a tank of gas? Who gives a shit?
Oh no, I have to pay $50 more. Boo hoo.
Like, it's nothing. It's minuscule.
See, what Milhouse is saying is, listen, the carbon tax, it's hurting me and all of my rich friends, so stop.
Well, that's essentially what he is saying.
Yeah.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, like all parliamentarians, we have each heard stories from Canadians who are struggling with the high cost of living, with the inflation that's been caused by the global crisis. That's why we're putting forward concrete measures that are going to help Canadians. We're going to double the GST tax credit that's going to hit millions of families with extra support. We're delivering on support for low-income families on dental, and we're also moving forward with support for low-income renters. The Leader of the Opposition has an opportunity to support these measures and get help directly to Canadians. I hope he does exactly that.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Keep with there being hope.
The Leader of the Liberal Party has an opportunity to respect the fact that heating your home in January and February in Canada is not a luxury. And it does not make those Canadians polluters. They're just trying to survive. This from a Prime Minister who burned more jet fuel in 1 month than 20 average Canadians burn in an entire year. So will the Prime Minister ground the jet, park the hypocrisy, and...
Bro, I don't give a shit about that. Like, the thing is do you really expect the fucking Prime Minister to take, I don't know, fucking economy class in a country full of a bunch of psychopaths that want to kill him? Like, are you fucking stupid?
Oh shit, man, I gotta worry about my finances. It's like, aren't people gonna assassinate you, or they're you got a huge target on your back? It's like, bro, I don't care about that. My finances aren't in order. I gotta make sure the economy works.
I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. But it makes sense when you have your fucking psychopathic voter base going after him and trying to fucking murder him. Like, I'm sorry if I don't give a shit if he flies a fucking private jet.
And also, what is his comparison? Oh, he burned 20 gallons of jet fuel or something. Like, what average Canadian has a jet?
The irony is that he probably flies in a fucking private jet.
I was gonna say he's probably the the embodiment of hypocrisy right now, because he's probably the one that flown there in the jet.
So
Axe the tax hikes.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we're going to continue to stay focused on direct and real help for Canadians, responding to the challenges they're facing with meaningful measures that are going to help millions of Canadians in the middle class and those working hard to join it. If Canadians had
what about the
followed
lower
advice
class?
of the Leader of the Opposition and invested in volatile cryptocurrencies in attempt to, quote, opt out of inflation, they would have lost half.
I completely forgot that Millhouse is so fucking invested in crypto, man. Oh
Yeah, Millhouse is a crypto bro.
fuck. If that should be a reason enough alone not to fucking vote for him.
We will not support tax
Millhouse
hikes on
equals
Canadians.
crypto
Speaking
bro.
of tax
Big
hikes,
red flag.
they plan to raise taxes on paychecks. Now, yesterday, the finance minister claimed that all the EI tax hikes that they would collect would go to EI benefits. In fact, I looked it up. Over the next 3 years, they're going to collect $10 billion more in EI taxes than they pay out in EI benefits, allowing the Prime Minister to grab up the difference and use it to feed his insatiable spending appetites.
What?
Canadians can't afford a bigger bite off their paychecks. Will the Prime Minister cancel his tax hikes on Canadian paychecks?
What?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I think in this House it's important to look at the facts. And the facts are that when the Leader of the Opposition was the minister responsible for employment insurance, premiums were 20% higher for workers than they are now. That's right, workers paid 20% more. That's why we're continuing to move forward to support workers. On the issue of the CPP, we promise to be there for workers as they become seniors to help them with their retirements, and that's exactly what we did. And in regards to pricing pollution, we promised it would no longer be free to pollute anywhere in this country, and it no longer is. That's what we're focused on.
He stuttered.
The Prime Minister is quite wrong. Today, payroll taxes on the average $60,000 a year worker are about $700 higher than when we left office. And by the way, left with a balanced budget. Now, yes.
I fucking hate this balancing the budget shit. Oh my god, no one gives a shit.
At a time when inflation is at a 40-year high, when students are forced to live in homeless shelters, and when home ownership rates are at the lowest level in a generation. Doesn't he understand that now is the worst time to raise taxes? Will he cancel those tax hikes?
The Right Honourable Prime
He's just asking the same question over and over.
Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition wants to go back in time. Let's look at what he was doing when he was in government. He continued to deliver child benefit checks to millionaire families, which we ended when we took office. And then he voted against raising taxes on the wealthiest 1% so we could lower them on the middle class. And he voted against a Canada Child benefit that delivers hundreds of dollars a month, tax-free to every Canadian family. We've seen where this Leader of the Opposition stands. On this side of the aisle, we're going to stay focused on helping Canadians for real.
He's so mad.
Hey, that's like real emotion in his voice.
Bro, he is so mad. He
is very he's very passionate about this, and for once I'm actually kind of excited for him. Like, I'm on his side.
Bro, this fucking election cycle is going to be fucking awesome.
Bro, this has been fire.
Oh, this is great.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to start by expressing my joy that the Prime Minister is here with us once again. I missed him, Mr. Speaker. And we will no longer need the NDP to tell us what the Liberals think. We can
they still need them.
once again, and now that the tributes to the monarchy have been given, and we're talking about singing, and now I'd like to talk about this to the Prime Minister, because there are singers and creators who are Francophone who saw their royalties paid to English-speaking artists. Does he have the intention, does the Prime Minister have the intention to ensure that this does not continue? The Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, as a government, and particularly during the pandemic. But in the last 7 years, we have always been there for artists throughout this country. We know how much of a contribution our artists make to our identity, to our culture as well, the culture that we share with the world, and we will always be there to defend our artists. It's important to make sure that everyone is treated equally, and that's what we're doing. The member for Belleuil-Chambly. Yes, that's the same answer we hear on for every question. It's always an empty answer. So we know that the Copyright Council can make sure that royalties are distributed fairly. If the government doesn't know what to do, well, we know what to do. Two things. First, artists have to be paid fairly in any way required. And we have to make sure that this situation does not happen again in the future. Because once again, the Prime Minister will just say, oh, I'm concerned about the status of French, but he will do nothing. The Honourable Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we will always be there for artists. We will always recognize the essential work that they do. We recognize, and I recognize with pride, the extraordinary artists in Quebec who contribute enormously to Canadian culture and culture throughout the world. And that is why we will always be sure to...
Quebec culture is a lot different than the rest of Canadian culture.
It is.
Is hurting people.
It's our boy.
We've got a prime minister that could have listened to our plan in the spring to put more people's own money back in their pockets, and people would have received that by July. But he was too busy telling people that things are worse in other countries. And then we've got a leader of the Conservative Party who can't figure out if they're for or against putting more money in people's pockets. New Democrats believe that people need respect. Why is this government taking so long to put more of their own money in Canadians' pockets to help them out to afford their groceries in this difficult time?
Let's go!
Yeah,
like,
Speaker,
why has
the
it
very
taken
first
so
bills
long?
we put forward in this Parliament are focused on delivering for Canadians in the middle class and those working hard to join it who are struggling during these challenging times. We heard from Canadians from coast to coast to coast that they need more help. And that's why we're stepping up by doubling the GST tax credit, by delivering more help for low-income renters, and by ensuring that families with kids under 12 who are struggling to make ends meet can deliver dental care for those kids. These are initiatives that I think all of us should be able to get behind, and I hope all parliamentarians will support them to help Canadians as quickly as possible.
The Honourable Member for Burnaby South. The cost of living is rising and it's hurting people, but we have a Prime Minister who's saying that it's worse in other countries rather than taking action, and we have a leader of the Conservative Party who thinks that we can opt out of inflation by buying cryptocurrencies. We have one party that says nothing, another party that does nothing, and we are
our librarian's just like, listen, your life is not as bad as other places in the world. Now, the other person that could be in power is like, yo, I'm a crypto bro, so you can't even trust me.
Speaker.
I love the fact that every single fucking party under the sun is fucking making fun of the Conservative leader for, you know, being a crypto bro. It's the best shit ever.
It's like, are you really gonna trust your freaking Millhouse with crypto bro stuff?
Bro, I cannot fucking wait for this this whole fucking election cycle. It's gonna be amazing. So far, this is fucking awesome.
Help families with the cost of dental care for their youngest, and we are going to help, and we hope that all members of Parliament will help us with that. The Honourable Member for Louis Saint Laurent. Well, Mr. Speaker, let's talk about Canadians who are having a hard time and that this government says it wants to help. It's exactly the opposite. That's the opposite is happening. So bad news for Canadians. On January 1st, the government will increase the workers' tax. Also on April 1st, the Liberal carbon tax will triple. So it will cost more money for Canadian families to survive. So why can't the Prime Minister tell Canadians why he is increasing taxes?
And even if that was true, how would it be
Canadians
making
need
it
more
more
money in their own
difficult to
pockets?
survive? What, do you eat
The
gasoline?
Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Like the how would it affect, like, if a higher, like, it did affect everyday Canadians?
Yeah, sure, answer that.
I mean, like, the fucking Canadian working class in general is being overtaxed enough as it is.
Right.
But the I don't know if like the whole fucking like workers tax thing or not. I'd have to look into it, but like the carbon tax being tripled, that's specifically targeted at the fucking at the higher the people at the higher end for making money.
Yep.
Bro, he looks so fucking pissed.
Taxes. Why is that? Because other countries understand that it'll help Canada, it'll help families to pay less income tax. So why?
Wait, what? Bro, this isn't even fucking true. Places like Norway have such a fucking higher taxation rate than like any other place on the planet. And like they are unironically one of the happiest places on the planet as well. The thing is that they get a lot of other amenities on top of that, as well as they're making more fucking money because of the unionization rate.
Exactly. It's like when they don't have to worry about the stuff that other people have to worry about, like bills or like, having enough money to pay those bills, because that's already been taken care of.
Like it's just silly, man. Fuck,
It's like no wonder they're so happy. It's like, listen, they don't have to worry about the shit that we do.
Liberal tax hikes, inflation, and never-ending spending is crushing Canadians. Even the Bank of Canada admits that this Prime Minister's spending spree should have ended long ago.
What?
Failed Liberal policies are making eating, heating, and driving a luxury in this country. More Canadians and newcomers are turning to food banks because feeding their family is becoming impossible. Will this government put an end to the suffering they're causing and cancel their planned tax increases?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, our government does recognize that times are tough for a lot of Canadians. And yesterday, I was pleased to learn that the member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands, and Rideau Lakes also recognizes that, and that he will support our plan to provide relief of nearly $500 per family for 11 million Canadian households. That's real support for the Canadians who need it the most. I hope all the members opposite will join us in supporting that plan.
The Honourable Member for Calgary Forest
Well,
Road.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals continue punishing Canadians for heating their homes and driving to work, while this leave-it-in-the-ground, left-wing, climate zealot government
Wait,
is happily
what?
shutting down essential energy projects and adding more taxes. Even the PBO says that the government's claim that any sort of carbon tax rebate helps families is misleading. In fact, 60% of households in my province of Alberta, Saskatchewan,
Okay,
Manitoba,
that
and
makes
Ontario
sense.
are worse
He's
off
from
because of the
Alberta.
Liberals' climate virtue signaling. So will this government cancel their carbon tax hikes and put this suffering to an end that they're causing on Canadians?
Just because the Liberals are left of conservative, that doesn't mean they're left wing, you clown.
We are totally focused on addressing the affordability challenge for Canadian families, and I know talking to my residents in the West and Winnipeg South, Mr. Speaker, they very much appreciate the measures the Finance Minister introduced the other day. And Mr. Speaker, that's why it's important that the price on pollution, the climate action rebate, will put more money in people's pockets, families' pockets. And very, very importantly, Mr. Speaker, the rebate checks are going to be in people's mailboxes in October. That's going to help with affordability. That's going to help families with cash flow.
For Barrie Innisfil.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the Liberal government can misrepresent the facts on the carbon tax all they like, but Canadians know it costs them more. The Parliamentary Budget Officer confirms that the carbon tax will cost families more than they get back, and when the Liberals triple the tax on gas, heat, and groceries, it'll cost an Ontario household $1,500 more. Mr. Speaker, given the PBO's credibility and independence, I believe Canadians, and Canadians should believe him rather than the spin from the other side. So again, for the sake of every family struggling, will the government cancel their planned tax increases?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And we know there are affordability challenges for Canadian families, and that's why our climate plan is designed so the majority of families receive more in climate action incentive payments than they pay at the pump. And Mr. Speaker, I beg to differ, but the Parliamentary Budget Officer still remains that